I never imagined that the daughter I raised with trembling hands and sleepless nights would one day look me straight in the eyes and lie without even blinking. I never thought the same girl whose school lunches I packed, whose tears I wiped, whose future I sacrificed everything for, would one day sell pieces of my life, pieces of her grandmother's life, like they were nothing more than shiny objects in a pawnshop window. But betrayal doesn't happen loudly. It starts quietly, softly, like a drawer left slightly open, like a missing box you thought you just misplaced, like a child saying, "Mom, don't worry about it," when worry is the only thing you can still do. And this is the story of how my daughter sold my jewelry and then tried to paint me as a senile old woman when I confronted her. Please stay with me and tell me which city you're listening from, so I'll know just how far this story travels. It started with a sparkle missing. For 40 years, I kept my jewelry in a wooden box my mother gave me. Not expensive things, just sentimental ones. A wedding necklace from my husband, a gold ring my mother wore every day of her life, a pendant I bought myself the year I finally saved enough. After my husband passed, that jewelry wasn't decoration. It was memory, a memory I could hold. My daughter, Lisa, knew this. Or at least I thought she did. 2 months ago, I opened the box to look for my mother's ring. But the space where it always sat was empty. At first, I thought maybe I'd moved it. Maybe I'd put it in the wrong drawer. But something in my chest tightened, the way it does when your instincts know something your mind refuses to accept. I walked into the living room where Lisa was scrolling on her phone. "Lisa, have you seen my ring?" I asked. She didn't even look up. "Which ring?" "The gold one. The one that was your grandmother's." She shrugged. "No idea. You probably misplaced it." Misplaced it. The ring I guarded more carefully than my own breath. A week later, another piece disappeared. This time, it was my wedding necklace. I felt my knees weaken when I saw the empty space in the jewelry box. My hands shook as I checked every drawer in the room, knowing I wouldn't find it. I walked into Lisa's room. She looked annoyed the moment she saw me. "What now?" I said quietly. "My necklace is missing." Her eyes narrowed, just slightly. "Mom, you really need to stop losing things. It's starting to worry me." Worry her. The audacity of it almost impressed me.
But then came the day that changed everything. I was cleaning the laundry basket when a small slip of paper fell out of Lisa's jeans pocket. A receipt. Sunstar Pawn and Gold Exchange. Date: last Tuesday. Items sold: gold ring. Payout: $480. My mother's ring. My breath stopped. For a full minute, I couldn't move, couldn't think, couldn't even cry because it wasn't the selling that hurt the most. It was the denial, the coldness, the ease with which she discarded the truth and my trust. I confronted her, and she turned it around on me. Lisa came home late that evening, tossing her bag on the floor like she always did. I stood in the hallway holding the receipt. "Lisa," I said, "can you explain this?" She froze, just for a second. Then her expression hardened. "You went through my clothes?" "That's not the point." "It is the point," she snapped. "You violated my privacy." I held the receipt up. "You sold my mother's ring." She laughed. Actually laughed, as if I were telling a joke. "That ring? You probably sold it yourself and forgot. Or you're confused. Mom, do you even hear yourself?" There it was. The script. The same lines people use when they want to make you doubt your own sanity. Confusion, forgetfulness, implied incompetence. The classic manipulation straight out of the handbook. But she didn't know who she was dealing with. Not anymore. The investigation began quietly, patiently. I didn't argue with her. I didn't scream. I didn't defend myself. I simply said, "All right, Lisa, if you say you didn't sell it, then you won't mind if I ask the pawn shop for their security footage." Her face drained of color, but she recovered quickly. "Do whatever you want," she said, rolling her eyes. "They won't show you anything." But they did, because the ring was registered under my name. The pawn shop remembered me, and when I asked to review transactions under my jewelry descriptions, the clerk didn't hesitate. He clicked on the footage, and there she was, my daughter, standing at the counter, smiling, placing my mother's ring on the glass. My heart cracked in a way that felt physical, like something inside me actually broke. I went home quietly, calmly, unusually calm. Lisa was in the kitchen eating chips. I didn't say a word. Not yet. Instead, I called my sister, my attorney, and my bank, just like the strong mothers in the stories you gave me. Because sometimes strength comes quietly, softly, not as yelling, but as preparation. My sister, Diana, told me the same thing I had read in your scripts. "Renate, this kind of betrayal isn't new. Children who see parents as resources will justify anything. Protect yourself." And that's what I planned to do. The confrontation happened the next morning. Lisa woke up late as usual, irritated to find me sitting at the table with the pawn shop footage saved on my laptop screen. "What's your problem now?" she muttered. I turned the laptop toward her. The footage played. Her face, the exact moment she realized what she was looking at, was something I will never forget. "Mom, listen, I can explain." "You already explained. You told me I was confused. You told me I misplaced everything. You made me doubt my own memory." She swallowed, eyes darting everywhere except toward me. "I needed the money," she whispered. "For what?" She hesitated. "It doesn't matter." I think that hurt me the most. That even now, she wouldn't tell me the truth. The hardest part wasn't the jewelry. It was losing the illusion. The illusion that my daughter valued me, loved me, would protect me as fiercely as I protected her. But illusions are dangerous. They keep you from seeing what's missing until it's far too late. I stood up. "Lisa," I said, "pack your things." Her head snapped up. "What?" "You heard me. You're kicking me out? Over a ring?" "It wasn't just a ring. It was trust. And you sold that too." She started crying. Loud, dramatic sobs, the kind she used whenever she wanted something. But I didn't bend. Not this time. The ending was the quietest part of all. She left that afternoon,